Okay, welcome again, dear subscribers and viewers of Samuel's Law. Today we have another testimony I want to tell you. I just like to thank God how God has saved me from the accident which was about to happen. But not today, it's a little time has passed. But still remember what God has done. But the aim of this testimony is to show that you can trust God no matter what is bound to happen, but God can save you from accidents and other things which may result into your death or anything bad to happen to you. Okay, it was a time when I went to the bank, to a certain bank. Then I went there to draw money for the other expenses that I needed to use by that moment. I was me with my wife. We're in the car. Then we went there at the bank. I got money which I needed. It was not just like a loan, but I was just going to draw that amount of money from the bank. So I went there, and when I was there at the bank, I started to feel some stresses in my heart. I started to lose, I started to lose peace in my heart. It was just like there was something bad happening. By that moment, we had left our son at home. So I thought maybe there's something bad happening at my home. Okay? I thought maybe there's something bad happening at my home with my son. So I told my wife that maybe it's better if we can go at home early. We had planned to, after taking money from the bank, that we had to go somewhere a little bit far distance to buy some of the things that we needed, because they were only found at that place. So I said maybe it's better we postpone the route we have now, so that we can go at home to see what is happening. Maybe there's something bad happening to our son, because I prayed and did not get an answer from God, but still persisted. That loss of peace in my heart persisted, that maybe it's something which is sure to happen. So we said it's okay. It's not okay by that moment, but we said it's better we pray. Maybe there's something bad is going to happen. So we prayed after entering the car. Then I was driving, and I said, my wife, you have to pray. Then when after praying, then I continue. So we were praying as I drove. The place where we were going, I did not know the routes there. So I chose to use Google Map, so that Google Map will direct me to reach the destiny. So I feed up the data in Google Map. It showed me the route. So I had no option just to follow the routes, or to follow the routes which is shown by Google Map. When it told me left turn, I had to turn, right turn, I had to turn, follow these steps, and other road signs. So not only Google guided me, but other road signs. So we were about to reach the destiny or destination. So there was a route called the route of bus rapid transit. Okay, rapid transit. This is a transport system which is used in urban areas, and they have their own routes. So there was a route here, like here, which is used by Rapid. Okay, this one. So this one is used by Rapid Transport. But we, others which have other vehicles or trucks or whatever, we have to use these roads, normal roads. Okay, so I was doing this one. So there was something like here and here. The road was continuing, so we had to use routes. Okay, so we had to use these roads. Those who are going this direction, those who are going this direction. So it's just different routes. But this one is for bus rapid transport. I believe you can see at least a little bit to understand. So Google directed me, okay, go. But this moment, Google told me to just have to turn this way. So that because the road which I was going was this one. So I was supposed to go this direction. So Google told me you have to turn this one, turn this way. light turn. But the problem was, this route was there before the building of this rapid transport route. So it has been cancelled. No one was supposed to turn this side. We had to go somewhere, then to turn side. There was a sign here to a far distance, so that you can move this direction, and then you return here, then you continue with your business there. But I did not see I had to follow the rules of Google. I did not see the light, that there was no light here for me to turn to the light. It was only you have to keep left until you reach the moment when you are allowed. But I did not know that rules by that moment. I was a new driver on that route, so I had to follow the Google, because I thought Google would direct me easily to reach that moment, that destination. The problem that I was, and these buses are very speedy. Okay, they're very speedy. So I chose to follow the rules of Google. I turned to this light. As I was here, okay, the traffic policeman came and said, "Stop, you're going to die." So he had to stop me, so that to stay here, me and him. Me, I was in a car driving, that he can look, if the rapid transport comes, he may stop it before it crashes me. So I was with him there. I had to stop other cars which are moving this direction, so that I can pass and come here. So he managed to do that. Then I was fined. I had to pay the fine because it was my ignorance. But something that I can remember is how God is so merciful to us, even when we have mistakes. Even if we act in ignorance, still God will play a part. God warned me before. Maybe that day was my end of my life. If I could not pray, if God could not intervene, maybe I could die by that moment. So what I need to just say is, we better pray. And once something burns in our hearts, maybe it's just an information that there's something bad to happen, or something good to happen, it's better pray. Even if you don't know what is that, pray that if there's something bad, God, please protect me. I don't know what is that. But sometimes God can tell us. I want to share another story where God saved me from another accident. I was supposed to travel myself in a car. I had one girl who was helping us at our home, so I had to take her to their home. But at that moment, I had my other activity to do in another region. So it was about 114 kilometers. This one. Yes, kilometers. About this one. 1,400 kilometers. That I was supposed to travel, driving distance like this one. So I had a level 4, but that moment, so I had to drive for this long distance. For me, it was my first long distance trip. So I had to drive. I was me and her in a car. She was sitting in the back seat. So I drove. But before starting on my journey, when we were praying at home with my wife that now I'm leaving, it was evening. I don't remember if it was evening or morning when I started my journey. But when we were praying, I was crying. I said, why do I cry? That was my question. Why am I crying? It's just praying that I'm going, then I will be back. But when I was praying, I felt some cries came. I was crying. I did not know. Why was I weeping? My eyes were full of tears. But okay, when I finished it, I started journey. But without knowing, it was my day when I was going to die again. God has saved me a lot. And what happened, we drove the whole day. When I was about to reach that moment, only 500 kilometers had left. I think I drove about 900 kilometers. So I was in a rough road, really rough road. And I was only one person driving, no car coming other side. So I had to pump the gas. And the speed was not so much high, but I was driving. I did not know that far distance there was the greatest corner that I had to keep to turn, but I did not know. So I was in a high speed. And what happened on the immediate, something happened when I turned to the light. So I thought the corner was this one. And but the corner was like this one. So when I tried to go this one, the car moved here. And then I don't know what happened, but on the moment I found my car on this side, going to the forest. I don't know how it turned from going this side, because at the last point, I saw it going to this direction, to the stone. There were stones here. So I don't know what happened, but I found myself going this side. Did it flip? I don't know. But I found myself going this side and the car stopped. Then I looked, am I alive? I found myself alive. And then, I don't know what happened, but the person who was with me in the car was okay. So we went out. I went out to the car. Then I called other people to come and help me to take the car from this side to bring it to the road so that I can continue. My car was just okay. It was okay as if nothing has happened, and nobody could know that the car had got accident unless I told that person that what has happened. It got only simple scratches on the fuel tank, because when we were moving it from that forest, when it stopped, it was not a little, it was just 5 meters from the road, almost 5 meters from the road. So we had to move it, to turn it there by pushing, and because there was a great ridge. So I continued my journey, but people who watched what was, who were looking at us and who saw the whole event, they said, we believe there is God, because what has happened, nobody could come out alive. So I don't know what happened. Myself, I don't know. But they said, go at home and take anything that is good and eat and thank God. We see that God, we see that as He fares some people, okay? That some people are lucky because God is, I don't know what to say it. But what I can say is God has been good to me, not because I'm good, but because He's good. So you better thank Him for every journey we do, every trip we do, because I went there, then I came back safely. But what I say is God has saved me triple times, not once, not thrice, not thrice, but many times. I will be giving you testimonies of different things that God has done for me. Thank you for watching. May God bless you and have a good day. Remember to pray whenever you face any problem, because the time is rushing and God is coming, and we need to come close to God so that we can be safe. Satan is working to make sure that we die, but we have to work. We have to pray so that we are safe in God's hand. God is always good. He will protect you. Not worry about your life. Worry about your relationship with Him. Have faith in Him. Keep your faith burning on Jesus. May God bless you. Amen.